Hello, everyone. I want to open this next panel by offering congratulations to all of our Fête honorees. You all have made such significant contributions to our work over the last 20 plus years and really beyond, and we're so grateful. I'm joined with three of our honorees who are veteran attorneys at LASP. Carolyn Johnson, who is currently in our Chester City office, but has worked in all four counties and has the unique perspective of being the first executive director of the Community Impact Legal Services. Michelle Terry, our longtime managing attorney in Chester City, and Deb Steeves, who is in our Westchester office, but started in Bucks County. And Carolyn, I'll start with you. You have worked a significant amount of time in Coatesville and in Chester. How do you see LASP impacting those two communities?
Well, those two communities are amongst the poorest communities that we serve. I believe that the poverty rate is around 30 or a little bit over 30% in both of those communities. And what I think has been really important that we have offered services that permit people to either maintain or gain income, maintaining their homes, which is one of the largest sources of wealth for our constituents. So I think our impact has been tremendous in this sense that we offered a holistic type of legal services that allows them to maintain their households.
How about you, Michelle? You practiced in many areas and have done some very impactful public benefits cases. Talk about your work in Chester City.
Well, my work in Chester City obviously began many, many years ago. And in terms of public benefits, I've represented hundreds of children, disabled adults, disabled children, received benefits that sustained families. I think you mentioned before, I also worked in the unemployment compensation area where I actually did a case that is still followed today, and it had to do with a person that was fired because they could not do their job. And I argued that while they did the best they could, they should not be denied unemployment compensation benefits because otherwise they would have had no income to live on. And they had done the best that they could. And the case was argued before Commonwealth Court, and I was successful. And as I said, the law is still the same today.
And Deb, I'll turn to you. You have worked in both Bucks and Chester County. Tell us about your career with LASP.
I moved to Pennsylvania in 1999, and toward the end of that year, interviewed and got a job at the Bristol office in Bucks County. Part of that, I'd been the Commonwealth attorney in Westmoreland County, Virginia. And part of that, I had been a litigator in Connecticut. So this was my first time into pro bono or legal services, and I found the work very fascinating, very rewarding. In 2007, after a move, I was able to transfer into Chester County, and I grew up in the Air Force, and I found that there was a VA hospital right here in Chester County in Coatesville, and that makes it quite different than the other four counties. So I was determined to have an outreach legal clinic at the VA because this particular VA has a special housing unit for the homeless, a special unit for folks with too many veterans with too many mental issues to not live on their own outside of a hospital situation. And I just felt like legal aid could really provide much needed services to those veterans. And so shortly thereafter, I began a once a month in-person clinic, a legal clinic outreach at the VA itself on the hospital grounds. And we, over the years, have had, over 2,000 soldiers come through and get legal advice. And it's kind of unique because I'm able to then, send them to the county, to the legal services that if their issue isn't in Chester County, we've helped them all over the United States by, contacting legal aids in the county, in the state where their issues were. There have been helped folks regain custody, regain visitation. I've helped folks get disability, veterans get their disability that they're entitled to. And through that contact, we then were able to branch out into a more active veterans group that has its own hotline. A lot of the veterans suffer from PTSD. They really can't manipulate going through the standard 877 number where you have to, hit 1 for English and hit 2 if you're a new client. They just don't have the wherewithal to do that. So I'm very grateful that we've embraced the whole veterans services and have provided our own single call helpline for them. And through those years and through that expansion, we've helped many, many veterans.
If I could go a little longer, I did want to circle back to Carolyn to talk about her bankruptcy work and why that piece is an important part of the services that we offer to our clients.
Well, certainly, yeah. Bankruptcy has always been a favorite part of my practice because I'm able to do so much for the clients. First, if it's a Chapter 7, I'm able to get a fresh start for the client. Many of the consumers come to the office with either litigation against them, utility shut off, and just filing a simple Chapter 7 can restore their electricity and get a debt collector off their back. If an individual or a household is suffering because of a foreclosure or they're about to lose their home through a foreclosure, then I can follow Chapter 13 and basically reorganize the client's household debt. And I've had some success reorganizing household debt so that people can keep their homes. Over the past year, I've had 2 clients successfully complete their Chapter 13 bankruptcies. And I have to tell you, in the life of a bankruptcy attorney, that is huge because many of our clients aren't able to complete because sometimes life happens over a 5-year plan. So I've been very happy to be able to continue to do that work here.
Great. Well, again, I congratulate the 3 of you. We are so grateful to you for your years of service to LASP. It's a pleasure to include you among the honorees that we're celebrating. Thank you.